Come for the bread, stay for the politics. I'm Ben Walsh, and this is Let Them Eat Bread. Today on Let Them Eat Bread, we are making Italian feather bread. It's a recipe that is new to the show, very excited, and as an extra special step, I am going to be challenging myself to do this with as few tools as possible. So for this, I have my wooden spoon. I have a, oh my God, what is this called? You know what this is called. My bench scraper. There we go. Wow, I might have to edit that out. Anyway, and a rolling pin, as we will be rolling some bread today. All right. I am going to put in the actual recipe description what the actual steps are. I'm going to be modifying this recipe ever so slightly, not in the ingredients, but a little bit in the process. Okay, so the way to do it based on the book is going to be in the description below, as always. But I'm going to be taking up the challenge a little bit extra just to see if we have a little bit of extra fun with this recipe. All right. With that said, let's get started.
All right, guys, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our yeast. We have 2 packages or 4.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast. After that, we have 1 tablespoon of sugar that we are adding to 1 cup of warm water. It's about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we're just going to give these a quick stir and allow our yeast to bloom for a couple minutes. Don't worry, we'll be busy while it's blooming. Now we have our hot water here. We've got 3/4 of a cup of hot water. We're talking at least 180 degrees, preferably boiling. We're going to put our butter. We've got 1/3 of a cup of butter cut into small cubes into there. And then we're going to add some salt. We need 2 teaspoons of salt here. Feel free to add more. You know I'm always guessing on the show with the salt. And that's fine. So we're just going to add our 2 teaspoons of salt, and then we're going to give this a nice little stir. So this actually going to take a really long time to combine because of the butter, so don't worry about if it takes a couple minutes. It's not the end of the world. Just keep stirring. It will combine eventually. Don't give up on it. After that, we're going to, well, I am going to take my little flour mountain here and make it into a flour volcano, our well that we'll be putting our liquid ingredients in. Now we're going to do just that. We will pour in our butter mixture first, although it doesn't matter which mixture you pour in first. After that, we are going to put in our yeast mixture, which has fully bloomed now since we've been working the whole time. Perfect. All right, so this whole thing is going to be stirred with a wooden spoon. You'll see in the written instructions that you should use a wooden spoon, so I used a wooden spoon here, and I'm just showing you this is quite craggly. Eventually, you're going to have to start folding it in with a bench scraper and using your hands a little bit, which is fine. Again, don't worry about this, and also no need to do the challenge mode that I'm doing. I actually think that when I make this bread again, I will not do it this way. I will stick with the bowl method, as I think I put too much flour on my board here and had to start kneading early. You should only have to knead for about 2 to 4 minutes with this, but I had to knead a little bit longer than that, as you can see, to knead in all the flour that was here. And I didn't even end up putting all the flour in. So just be careful with it. This dough is supposed to be sticky at this point, and it wasn't for me. But the bread still came out wonderful, so no worries there. All right, so we're just going to shape this into a ball and leave it to rise for about 6 minutes. Okay, so at least 6 minutes. Let it rise. Is the only rising it's going to do before we shape it. All right, I am back. Ta-da! And it's risen. Not much. Anyway, we're going to roughly divide this into 2 pieces. It doesn't matter. I'm not weighing things here. You can if you want to, but there's really no point. It's not going to make much of a difference. Then we are shaping each of our 2 balls of dough into an 8-inch by 12-inch rectangle, okay? And there's no need to be as exact as I'm being on this one, but you do get cleaner edges if you are neat about it. So I'm using my bench scraper since it has a 6-inch ruler in it to give me some good sense of what 8 inches by 12 inches is. It will roll much more nicely if you do a good job here. So do take the time if you want that neatness. All right, so now starting from one end, we are going to roll along the longer end, so it'll be 8 inches wide at its end, all the way up to the end there, pinching down each roll. All right, so now we are going to take our tray. Each bread is going to get a tray, and we're using cornmeal. This is when our cornmeal comes in. We're just going to sprinkle that on our baking tray here, just to make sure that we have a nice coating for our bread to go on, and plop, on it goes. And then we're going to repeat this process with the other loaf. All right, at this point we are going to cover these for about an hour, as I will say in just a moment. I'm making sure my tea towel is on there and we're ready to go.
All right, so we have finished making our bread. You can see there in the back rising here. We've got 2 loaves that are rising. It's very exciting. So, in the meanwhile, we're going to talk some politics. We've set a timer for about an hour. So, if you are here if you're staying for the politics, wait 1 moment and we will begin. If you're not staying for the politics, just set that timer for about an hour and I will see you when we get back. All right, be right back.
And we're back with our perfectly risen breads that look amazing. After this, we're going to take our beaten egg white and paint both of them, then chuck them in the oven at 425 for 40 to 50 minutes. Check them at 20. Make sure that it's 205 or it sounds hollow when you knock it, and then you'll know it's done. All right, guys, that's all for this week. Take care. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, throw a like on it, share with your friends, and subscribe for more of our content. You can also find all of our videos and clips on youtube.com. Just search Let Them Eat Bread and you'll find all of our content. Alright guys, see you next time. Bye for now.